All right, so jumping in, I talk about dessert for breakfast, but going through some of the prep I do, and I figured, hey, why not share it if it can help you out in staying on your goals and what you're trying to do, then hey, let's do that. So, this has been known as overnight oats, but I just say, hey, it's oats, and we want to help you to get all the nutrients you have that you need, but really give you some variety, but really make it feel like you're not on a diet, right? Because diet is failure. It means something terrible. So I use these red mill oats. They're gluten-free. You know, it's up to you if you like gluten or not. That's up to you. I try to avoid it as much as I can, but you know, some people got to have pizza and some other things, so I'll get it from other places. But this is a super easy recipe, but what I like to do is set out a few containers and a little bit larger container because it makes it easier to mix everything and have it super simple. Because if you have your meal, your snack ready to go, then this is going to give you a lot better success. So I do, 3 to 5 of these at a time, but we'll go through it real quick. So I do a half a cup of oats in each of these. And again, this is something that is a good base carbohydrate. Yeah, I like carbs, right? Who doesn't like carbs? Man, carbs are our friend. So this is not keto friendly if you're a ketoer. If you do it with basically none of the ingredients, you can have keto. But really, having that oat base is gonna help sustain energy, help sustain blood sugar, but not really spike the insulin like we're going to see. The other thing is this is one of my favorite ingredients, is that I do it with collagen peptides. Quick little fun fact, you can get these at Costco for 30 bucks. Everywhere else they're 40, so why not go there and load up? And this is different than you're going to get away. It's not a milk-based protein, but this is something that's going to help you with not only recovery of tissue, because we understand protein supports lean muscle mass, but this is going to help support bones, ligaments, cartilage, everything else. So that's something that you want to consider, because collagen is something that you can put this in a coffee, you could put this in a shake, and it doesn't really change the flavor. It dissolves really, really easily. And I get a little extra because when I do this, I want a big bump of protein. So I go 1.5 servings to get 30 grams of protein from that in the oats. Then chia seeds, man, you can't go wrong here. This is Better Foods. Get this right at Walmart. But fiber is one of those things that we don't really think is a big deal, and man, it really helps. That prebiotic to probiotics. It's a lot of probiotic talk, but you need fiber in your system to help keep things moving, to help allow for you to get the most out of it. But this is also going to be a omega-3 fat that is going to benefit you well. So I'm doing a serving in each of these, which is 2.5 tablespoons. So you're getting additional protein, you're getting that fiber, keep them pipes moving. That's so important. Also, fiber is something that regulates your insulin. That's not talked about a lot, that we need to have higher fiber that is going to offset the carbohydrates and that blood sugar that's going to go up. So, this is the base, the dry base of it, with the protein, chia seeds, and oatmeal. Then we jump into what is gonna be the wet stuff, right? So I go with sometimes oat milk, but I've been feeling like the Fairlife, but I try to stay lactose free on it. I just do better on it, but you got to mess around with that. There's a cup there in each of these, and I'm going to show you my ninja trick here in a minute. Now, I know these are called overnight oats, but I kind of, like today it's going to be over 2-hour oats. In a couple hours, everything's in and you're good to go to have them. But one of the things when you're preparing this is, before I put in that frozen fruit. I mix it up, the oats, chia seeds, and the milk with the protein before I put it in. Otherwise, it's a mess and it's all clumpy when you try to eat it, and it's not enjoyable. And that's what we want. We want to enjoy this, right? We want to have a little bit of enjoyment out of these oats, because there is a good amount of serving of carbohydrates and protein. The macronutrients on the one I use, or that I'm preparing, is going to have about 55 grams of protein. Yeah, it's a big hit. About 75 to 80 grams of carbs, which is another big hit. But it's going to have 23 grams of fiber. So that is a huge benefit. And, again, I'm eating about 2,500 calories a day, depending on workouts and what have you. So if I'm having something like this, it's going to be 700-800 calories. Understand, don't let that scare you and think you can't have it. You can change any of these to match your calorie needs. It's a matter of having something that tastes good, very easy to have available for yourself, and give you something that you can count on, that you grab out of the fridge and it's there. So anyway, I mix those up. We're almost done, because what I do is I do a cup of frozen berries, and this just really helps. If I could get this thing open, this really helps the flavor. But again, when you're looking at total fiber, man, berries is one of those things we overlook, thinking, man, they're super sweet, but the fiber content doesn't allow it to really impact your insulin too much. So enjoy them. I always get into talking about fruit, and fruit at its base is not bad. Too many people talk about, oh, it's got so much sugar and you can't have that, and that's not something. I'm calling shenanigans on that. You definitely can have it. It's the fruit juice, or the acai bowls, or these things that people are claiming are healthy, and you're getting something that they extract all the sugar out of it. So juice, these fruit bowls, the smoothies, processed fruit is something you got to be really aware of, because that's where it can give you a kick in the pants that you're not getting the nutrients you expected. And more on that, check out ABC this Saturday morning. That's what our piece is on, is about the alternatives for foods we love, but also what to watch out for when you're choosing foods, because there's a lot of things that are branded that quote unquote healthy, but not really healthy. So anyway, I threw my frozen berries in, mixed it one more time, a second time. I throw the lid on these beasts, toss them in the fridge, and they are good to go. Now, if you're in a pinch, like I'm going to do today, because I didn't make them yesterday, and I'm going to eat one of these today, it would take a while for all that to happen. So I leave it on the counter for about an hour and a half to let the frozen berries defrost. It keeps it obviously cold. And then I'll mix it up, throw it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before I eat it. So check out these oats. Oh, my last piece. Right before I go, I do a tablespoon of local honey. Now get that unprocessed so it doesn't have that high glycemic level. It gives it a nice little sweet touch to that. But again, look at your macronutrients. If it's a teaspoon you need, or a half a tablespoon, do that. Adjust it based off of what you need, but make sure it's local and make sure it is unprocessed honey. You guys have a great day, and God bless.